It's time. We're at the start of maple syrup season this year. These trees are ready. Our weather is finally breaking, although you can't really tell today with all the cloudiness out here, but we're having warm temperatures. It's time to start tapping these trees and start making some of that delicious maple syrup. So we have to go get our truck loaded up with all our supplies, get out here in the sugar bush and start tapping. Let's go. All right, we got our buckets, we got our lids, we got our spiles, we got our hammer, and we've got our drill. And I got my coffee, so we're ready to tap. We're gonna go out here, start tapping some trees. Don't know how many I'm gonna tap today. I don't know how many I'm gonna tap this season, but we're gonna start today with 2 rows of buckets here, and we're gonna get started. We got a little bit of weather coming in later today, so I wanna get this going this morning, get these buckets in. It's supposed to be windy, and I'm gonna have to put some snow around these buckets so they don't blow off the trees. But they'll be fine. We've had windy days around here in the spring before. But I'm excited, aren't you guys? It's finally time. I know a lot of you guys down south have already tapped. Some of you guys are already done with your season. And up here in Michigan, we haven't even started yet. So I keep seeing everybody's posts online, and it gets me going every year because I got the itch. I want to get out and start tapping, and our weather sometimes just is not cooperating. But it's finally broke around here. We're getting the right temperatures, and I think spring is coming, guys. Let's go tap some trees. So for right now, I am focusing on tapping our most productive trees. I want to try to get as much sap as I can. I don't know how long the season's going to be this year, so I know there's a lot of trees out here that we tapped last year that were more exploratory. I'm not doing that as much this year. I'm just going to tap the heavy flowers, and we're going to get what we get off of it. I'm also focusing on a lot of the trees that I can get to easily. It's going to get really sloppy around here this year. It already has. The last few days have been close to 40 degrees, and the driveway is really loosening up. I know that it's going to get wet back here, so I don't want to get stranded back here with a bunch of buckets I can't get to. So we're going to try to get the easiest trees that are the heaviest. So we're going to try to get to the easiest trees that are the heaviest flowers. Flowers? Flowing. Flowers. Heavy flow. Uh-oh. I know this tree right here was a super high flowing tree last year. I usually put 2 taps in it, and most of the time when I came back to collect, I had 2 full 5-gallon buckets. Actually, these are 6-gallon buckets right here, but we're gonna tap this girl. Hope she produces just like last year. If you guys want to see how to tap these trees, I encourage you guys to check out our playlist. I've got a whole bunch of videos all the way from tapping trees, what you need to tap the trees, how to evaporate your sap, all the way up through an RO system and filtering and bottling. Check out that playlist. There is so much on there. Especially if you're new to tapping, you guys are going to want to check that out. This tree here doesn't appear to have been tapped before, but it looks like a really good tree, so I'm gonna give it a shot. It's real close to my other buckets. Typically have a few helpers out here with me, but not today. I'm kind of doing the solo tapping excursion, which is fine. All right, let's go get some more buckets. Yeah, we always love this time of year. We finally get to get out of the house from being so cold. And we get some exercise, walking around our woods, checking things out. We really enjoy it. And that's what makes this a very fun hobby. Well, as predicted, the winds are starting to pick up back here. And I'm gonna throw a few more taps in. And then we're gonna get up out of the woods. I have a few more taps we're gonna do out by the house, around the house a little bit. We're gonna get up there. Yeah, we're supposed to have like 50-mile-an-hour winds today. Probably not gonna get a whole lot of sap flow today, which is fine. We're supposed to have 2 cold days coming up, which I had already planned on, but next week it's supposed to be a lot warmer. About perfect temperature for tapping or for collecting maple sap. And I wanted to get ahead of it. I wanted to get my taps in before we had a big run. It's sapping season. This tree here, we've always put 3 taps in, and it's always produced pretty well for us. It kind of catches some more sun. It's a little bit taller, older tree. So this is gonna do good. I got a couple more. I'm gonna tap this guy here, and I think that guy there. I got all my buckets laid out all the way around the house here, right on the trees. I got the spile and the hose in the bucket, lid next to it, and I'm just gonna go right around the house here and start tapping. I got one tree here that I want to show you guys. It's a little bit different. I'm doing something a little bit funky with it, but I'll show you in just a minute. Let's get these tapped here around the house first. Oh, she's leaking already. Look at that sap. This tree here, I contemplated not even tapping, but it's already given up some of that sweet, sweet nectar. Wind's starting to pick up too. That guy, just like that. And we move on to the next one. Look at that one. This is a great hobby for anybody that wants to give it a shot. You don't have to have a whole bunch of fancy equipment. You can get a tree tapping kit on Amazon, pretty cheap, and you can boil on like a turkey fryer. Or I've seen people that start out by using their grill in a stock pot. So if you guys want to give this a shot, it's a super fun hobby. It's great for the kids. They love getting out in the snow and outside this time of year, doing a little bit of tapping. You can let them use your cordless drill, let them use a little tap hammer, and they love that stuff. So I just want to say, if you're apprehensive at all about tapping trees, it's not hard. There's plenty of videos, plenty of resources out online that you guys can go and see exactly how to do it. And it's a really great hobby. I just wanted to reiterate how cool it was to be able to do this kind of thing. And typically, you can do it all over the United States, as long as you got a maple tree. This has went by really quick by laying all my buckets all ahead of time like that, and then just going by and drilling everything. So I want to tell you guys too that we're going to be with you guys all season. We're going to be hopefully evaporating here pretty soon. I'm hoping we're evaporating by next weekend for sure. We'll make sure you guys get to see the whole process here of maple syrup season. And if you're anxious and want to check out what we've done in the years past, we do have our maple syrup playlist linked down below that you can check out and see what we've done. Like many of you guys, we started out very small and then got bigger and bigger as the seasons went on. But if you guys are kind of in that same boat, you're starting out small, go check out some of those older videos. There's a lot of great information in them, and it might give you a few ideas as to what you guys can do to maybe upgrade your maple syrup season. Okay, this tree here is the one that's right up by the barn and the garden. This thing shades the garden so bad that I'm going to be taking it down this year. Normally I would never tap a tree that was this size or this small. It's a very young tree. But this year I am. I'm going to put I'm going to start with 3 buckets right now. I may put more into it, and we're going to drain the sap out of it and boil it down before I cut it down here in a few weeks. Just wanted to say, if you guys have trees like that in your yard and you're gonna cut it down anyways, you might as well suck all the sap out of it you can while you've got the chance. And that's what I'm gonna do today. Now, if this tree was out in the sugar bush, there's no way I would even think about tapping something this small. Part of me really hates tapping trees this small, but it's kind of a necessary evil. To me, it's more important that I have a good sunlight and a good garden and we get our food out of there than it is to have this tree. I do like it for the shade, but I can really tell the difference that it's got to go. It's just too many trees back here in the woods. All right, I lied. I got 4 into this one, but I think that's going to be just enough for now. We're all tapped in. Now, I guess all we got to do is wait, right? Like I said, we got a couple days here where it's going to be, I think, a high about 22 degrees tomorrow. It's going to be windy today. I know the taps are flowing a little bit right now once I initially put the hole in, but in a real windy day, they don't like to flow that well at all. It's supposed to be in the upper 40s here this afternoon for a little bit, but with the wind, I'm not expecting a whole lot. So I'm glad I'm tapped in here. I ended up with a grand total of 26 taps so far. So we're gonna see what Candace wants to do when she gets back here, if she wants to put a few more in or if she thinks that's enough for right now. We're gonna see how these trees produce too. If we have a few trees that aren't giving up as much sap as we think they should, then I can move a tap. I can add a few other taps. I've got plenty of other trees that are easy to get to. I did not over tap. That's kind of, wanted to make sure I didn't over tap this year. I don't know how the season's gonna go. Not sure if we're gonna have a whole lot of time to be out boiling all season long like normal, but we are going to be boiling soon. I expect to be evaporating our first batch probably in a week. We'll see how the weather goes. Gotta look at that extended a little bit, but guys, this stuff is just flowing. Oh yeah, I can hear that in there already. You barely had any time on the tree and they've already got a lot of sap in the bucket. So that's a good sign. You guys follow along with us here for the rest of the season, and good luck to you guys on your season. I really hope you guys get a whole lot of sap you can boil down for beautiful, sweet tasting maple syrup. Good luck, guys.